We've reached week 6 in the NFL as the Panthers play host to the Vikings. Minnesota goes for their 4th win in the last 5 against Carolina. And it's coming your way next.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Fielded just in. And look at this. Right away a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Tremble. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one one bit. Cook with a run on 1st down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 15 carries, 77 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yard.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rosa's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Darnold on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Here's Darnold. That caught by Trimble. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on this touchdown.
Tommy Trimble with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, wow, 72 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is down to 4. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, it's Darnold. Flush to his right. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Darnold. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Making the tackle there, the former Giant, Dalvin Tomlinson. To throw is Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now it's Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish out this drive with 6 points.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. At 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. That is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Blake Gillikin now. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown. But those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Open man left side. It's the tight end, Trimble. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you're head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And, Charles, for this defense, you know, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Oh, what a catch there by Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
To throw again on second down, Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On first down, Darnold. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing again is Darnold. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Alex Erickson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. A throw for Thielen once again. This time it's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return for Erickson out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
A first down throw, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. That caught by Tremble. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Darnold's throw here into the hands of Moore, and he's got this down to the 35.
Everyone in a Carolina uniform happy to see that first down catch by DJ Moore, but none happier than his new quarterback, Sam Darnold, who never really had a wide receiver 1 in New York. Now he has one in DJ Moore, who's gone over 1,100 yards in each of his last 2 seasons, 3rd in the league in 2020 in yards per reception.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Darnold. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Cousins will try and throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Darnold. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go.
And out now come the Vikings. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On play action, Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Again, it's Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Cousins now from the 50. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, it's Cook, and this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Cousins. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Cousins now. And this is going to be incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, it's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll just get rid of it.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. To the air again, Darnold. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Ready? Hey, watch that. Check, Mike, 54.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Darnold completes it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and very short, Darnold flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Darnold to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure every
touchdown. It's complete. Tommy Trimble from 8 yards out. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
And touchdown and congratulations and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's 3rd down. Now Cousins. And that's It's caught inside the 30. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Rosas to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more.